Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check updates, what's going on in the United States, Washington, D.C., money, investing, and the $3.5 trillion next stimulus package, which will be the largest stimulus package yet to date. A lot of news going on here right now, and let's just jump right in. U.S. stocks fall today after big jobs report disappointments. Yeah, the economy adds only 235,000 jobs in August as the Delta variant, hammers growth. So the entire country, the entire United States, added only 235,000 jobs for the entire country that has 330 million people. This is an absolutely terrible, terrible, terrible jobs report for the month of August. We're supposed to be coming out of this recession, this depression. The US economy added only 235,000 jobs for the entire country in August, and the unemployment rate fell to 5.2% as the economy appeared to falter under surging cases, according to data released Friday by the Labor Department. Economists had expected employment growth to slow slightly in August to a gain of roughly, they expected 750,000 jobs, but only gained 235,000 jobs. So 500,000 less jobs gained, according to consensus forecast. Amid falling consumer confidence and disruptive school closures, declines in restaurant reservations, air travel, and other key drivers of the recovery, and raised red flags about August job haul. Quote, today's report has the Delta variant written all over it. It is clear that the recent surge in cases is a strong headwind to the labor market, wrote Nick Bunker, economist research director at Indeed. The August jobs report shows setbacks in the sectors of the economy hit hardest by the and crucial to the comeback from its economic blow. So here's the thing: is not only did we only add 235,000 jobs for the entire month, but on average, we have about 350,000 people filing for unemployment every single week. Every single week. New people. These are new unemployment claims. Yeah, things are not looking good at all. At all. And this is with over 150,000 people testing positive on average every single day. Things are not looking good. In fact, just yesterday, 175,000 people tested positive, as you can see here on the screen. The 7-day average is 164,000 people testing positive every day. The day before, 210,000 people tested positive. This is data directly from Google. Just a few days ago before that, the daily high 4 days ago on August 30th, there was 280,000 people that tested positive in just one day. Our second highest day ever. Our second highest day ever. Yeah. And this is with 70% of the United States vaccinated. Things are not looking good, guys. The economy is doing very, very bad. We're setting record numbers. The economy is doing very, very bad. This need for stimulus is at an all-time high. In fact, the first thing President Biden did when this jobs report came out is try to make it seem like it was better than it was. You can hear what he says here, and urge Congress to pass the stimulus packages. Check this out.
Is for the Congress, the House and Senate, to finish the job of passing my economic agenda so that we can keep up the historic momentum we've been building these last 7 months. It's about investing in America's future, not about short-term stimulus. That's not what we're talking about. These are long-term prosperity we're talking about lowering the cost of living for families, creating millions of good-paying jobs for hardworking Americans. It's about reducing bottlenecks in our economy, reducing long-term price pressures. It's about helping more people to work by helping ease the burden that parents bear, especially mothers, keeping them out of the job market. Both the Senate and the House have taken important steps forward to pass my bipartisan infrastructure plan. This bill is going to end years of gridlock. We used to remember we always had, the whole notion we had, I guess, was every week was going to be infrastructure week. Well, both literally and figuratively, it's going to change things on our streets across the country and figuratively as it relates to Washington. We're going to create millions of good-paying jobs. We're going to ease inflationary pressure and allow us to win the competition of the 21st century in a global economy where the competition has become more intense. Look, it's historic investment in roads and rail, in transit and bridges, in clean energy, in clean water, universal broadband. It's going to modernize our energy grid. You need not go any further than look what's happening across the country now in terms of the energy grid. It's about resilience. Make our roads and highways safer. Make us more resilient to the kinds of devastating impacts from extreme weather we're seeing in so many parts of the country. And look, this is about good paying jobs for ordinary people, blue collar workers, jobs at prevailing wage, not $15 an hour or 20 or 30, but for the carpenters and pipe fitters, plumbers, electrical workers, and so many other Americans. About 90% of the jobs we'll create with this plan won't require a college degree, but will fundamentally transform the lives of millions of people. It's going to transform America and propel us into the future, just as we did when we built the Transcontinental Railroad, when we electrified the country with the TVA. Look, at the same time, the House and Senate have to advance my Build Back Better agenda. That bill contains critical investments in child care to make it easier for families to be able to go to work and assure their child is being taken care of. In home care for seniors, the polling data shows among your generation, all of you out here, your greatest concern is caring for your elderly parent, even more than your child. It's about paid leave, allowing people with a new child or a sick spouse at home to take care of them without risking losing their paycheck. Not indefinitely, but for a time period they can actually make a difference. Universal pre-K and community college, making us significantly better educated and increasing our competitive edge globally, around the world, over time. And we'll combat climate change.
Yeah, so really, economic conditions are honestly really, really looking bad. We have a kind of a perfect storm. If you've seen the movie The Perfect Storm, that is kind of what we have going on here. We have the Supreme Court has struck down the eviction moratorium that is going to send over 10 million people out of their homes. I've seen so many different numbers of how many people, over 10 million people, over 15 million people. I don't think anybody knows the exact number. 10 million people, 15 million people are behind on rent and are going to be evicted. Okay. 10 to 15 million people. We also have the unemployment bonus money that is going to end. There's also 3.2 million Americans are still on long-term unemployment benefits that are set to expire. This is the extra 26 weeks of, so regular unemployment only goes till 26 weeks for most states. That is going to expire as well because the extra unemployment weeks are extended with unemployment bonuses through the third stimulus check package. That is going to extend or expire this weekend. That is going to expire for over 3.2 million Americans, along with the $300 per week. All that extra stimulus money is going to expire for over 3 million people. All their unemployment is going to expire. Their state benefits and their bonus money because they're on long-term unemployment, and that is going to expire as well. Now, I need to be clear here that regular unemployment, if you're on unemployment for less than 26 weeks, your regular unemployment from your states is not going to expire. I need to, I know that might sound a little bit confusing, but regular unemployment for all the regular states, if you're on less than 26 weeks, depending on your states, the varying amounts, is not going to expire. Regular unemployment for each state is going to be around forever. But these extra bonus weeks and the $300 per week is going to expire. And the main reason for this is that there's not enough votes to pass it. Okay. Not a single Republican will vote for it. And there's even some Democrats that might not vote for it as well. They could extend it in this next stimulus package, but they would need every single Democrat from the Senate, Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema, would have to vote for it. It's possible. And 99% of the Democrats in the House. It would be a tall tale. They also could extend the eviction moratorium by doing this as well. But again, every single Democrat in the Senate and 99% of them in the House would need to vote for it. The Biden administration has extended this twice on their own. Kind of as you can see here in red, they extended the eviction moratorium twice as a stimulus provision. It was cut short this time, actually twice, by the Supreme Court, which is a Republican majority, 6-3. The 6 Republicans on the Supreme Court voted to strike it down. The 3 Democrats on the Supreme Court voted to uphold it. Nonetheless, this is the second time the Republican majority Supreme Court voted to strike down the Democratic president, President Biden's eviction moratorium that will affect up to 15 million renters behind on rent. But on the other side of the coin, a lot of people say, well, these landlords, which are a lot of the times regular everyday people, haven't been paid rent for over a year in some cases. A lot of landlords are regular everyday people, and well, they haven't been paid rent. And a lot of landlords are actually losing their homes because they haven't been paid rent for over a year. So it's a double-edged sword. As you can see here, there's a lot of different stimulus items that have been passed. Items number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Of course, number 1 is now canceled, and the Democrats at least, are trying to figure out how to provide some relief to renters behind on rent, as rent assistance is still going out. I have a video on rent assistance, how to get it. You can actually get up to 12 months of rent assistance paid for by the government from the third stimulus check package, and it goes to the landlord. It goes to the person that you pay your rent to. So it helps both the renter and the landlord. So I'll link you to that video here at the end of this video. Okay, it helps the renter and the landlord. Ultimately, it goes and helps both of them. You can get up to 12 months of your rent paid. Pause on student loans, those go till January 31st. That's for over 40 million people. Student loans forgiven, about $10 billion of student loans have been forgiven, mostly for people that are disabled, schools have closed on them, or the school defrauded them. There will be more to come here in the future. The 25% SNAP increase is a permanent increase that will go on forever. That will start on October 1st. Now, that is with the temporary increase will be ending this month. That was a 15% increase, if I recall correctly, but they will be adding a 25% permanent increase that will go on forever. This is in addition to all these things that are going to be in this next stimulus package, or that could be in this next stimulus package. All these items here in black are all the things that they are discussing to be in this next stimulus package. And with the economy doing worse than ever, they only added 235,000 jobs for the entire country, guys. The entire country out of 330 million people. That's absolutely terrible. Think about that. Think about that. 1% of our population, 330 million people, 1% would be 3 million. They only added 235,000 jobs. That is like the tiniest sliver of jobs ever. I mean, in comparison of our population of our country, that's about as close to zero on the scale as you can get. We have more people filing for unemployment every week, new people, than the entire amount of jobs they created for the entire month. That's how bad our economy is right now. Remember, we're supposed to be coming out of the economy. They're trying to make it seem like, oh, the economy is doing great. We're doing great. We're coming out of this. Everybody thinks everything's doing great. And I don't know if you're buying that. I am not buying that at all. Thank God this next stimulus package is going to be the largest one ever. Thank God we're not discussing a tiny $1 trillion stimulus package. Somehow they were able to fit a stimulus check into a $1 trillion stimulus package. They better make sure that they put as much stimulus in this next $3.5 trillion stimulus package as possible, because we're going to need it. We are going to need it. I mean, and honestly, this 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 looks like it's going to go on for a long, long time. Remember that the 2008 2009 recovery, the mortgage crisis, and really it ended up affecting the whole world. That economic recovery took 4 to 5 years for unemployment just to get back to normal, to where it was before the economic breakdown. I mean, we had 280,000 people test positive 4 days ago. That was the second highest daily amount ever. We had 300,000 one time all the way back to January. It's going to be an uphill battle. And I personally think we're going to need multiple stimulus packages from here on out, or else the economy crumbles. Yeah. So here's a little bit, a ray of sunshine, a little bit of hurricane to brighten your day. We love you.
We love you.
Say we'll see you in the next video. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll have some more special guest appearances this weekend, some little special episodes. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. This bottom video is how to get rent assistance. And this video is Julian's Adventures. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and we will see you in the next video. Video.